We are steamrolling towards the exciting conclusion here of the Superstock Figure 8A main event on Home Track Heroes on the CW11. Caleb Hart, Kyler Hope with you. You're watching them pace with just 3 laps remaining. This has been a good one. Action all over the track, Kyler. Can't wait to see how this one finishes off. That's Steve Cox, the orange 32, pacing the field. Quentin Borison's blue 17, and Eric Allison's many-colored 64 as they roll around.
Yeah, Steve Cox and Quentin Borison really checked out from the rest of the field, so this has been quite the blessing for Eric Allison and even Jeff Talbot and Andrew Renicky, who are right there inside the 4th and 5th spot. Now they have a chance at possibly getting the lead if one of these guys messes up, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen from Steve Cox or Quentin Borison as they approach the North Pole just 2 more times around.
Cox got a wonderful restart on that. He's used it to open up a couple of car lengths on Borison as they head into the South Pole. It's Cox, Borison, and Allison evenly spaced apart as we're down to the very nitty-gritty.
Yeah, Quentin Borison, I think he might have had a better chance if it would have stayed green, as Cox just has such great restarts here. As you see, the white flag is out just one more time around this figure 8 track, the most dangerous intersection on the planet. I just don't think Quentin Borison has enough. As we see Talbot around, that's tough. He was inside the top 5, tough break for the 72, but it is all Steve Cox up front and Quentin Borison, Eric Allison.
Off the final corner, checkered flag flies, and there it is, another victory for Steve Cox, Borison, and Allison. 1, 2, and 3 in a very familiar podium here at Evergreen Speedway. And let's see what they had to say about this race.
Steve, I feel like you and I are becoming fast friends. I get to talk to you every Saturday night. It's kind of fun. But I want to say you, first off, were a question that a friend right over here got the correct answer. You're the points leader tonight, and so we got to give him away a Granite Construction gift bag, so great job there. But in the heat race tonight, you started off in the back of the pack. The main event, you started off in the back of the pack. By no surprise, you maybe work your way all the way up to first place and get the nice podium tonight.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I got a good car, so I'm able to get up there. I had a little bit of help this week, putting it back together from last week. Johnny Bender came over and helped me. My son's always helping me, and the wife somehow lets me do this still. But yeah, no, it was a good race. Quentin's getting better and better, so we'll see what goes on next week.
And I think Quentin was just letting you know he was there a couple of times. We saw a couple of bumps, but all in good fun. It was a great race out there.
Yeah, we don't mind the bumps. Bumps are fun, right? I give them out. I got to take them.
That's right. Who do you need to thank for being out here tonight?
I need to first thank Tommy Gap for the car, and Pete Jensen for just coming up with me. He wanted to be up here tonight, so here he is. And then my wife, honestly, for letting me do this. She gets frustrated, and the son's racing, the daughter's racing, and you're trying to pull between everybody to work on this stuff, and sometimes you're falling behind, but she tries to make me toe the rope, and I am terrible at that.
Quentin, that was awful exciting. You had a spin out early on in the race. You started back in the back of the pack with that restart. Like nobody's surprised out here. We saw you charge all the way up, and you finished with a nice second place finish tonight.
Yeah, it was great, and I have so many people to thank, and I am very grateful to be able to do this and do this for all of you guys out here. But man, it's been too long, Steve. It's time to move over.
Quentin, who do you need to thank for being out here tonight?
My brother John Zaretsky for helping set the car up, and Dave Brandenburg for working with him and stuff. I've got my friend Butch Aldrich. He's on board helping us and stuff. He brought us some money for some more tires so I can match those up with Steve next week. And then we'll keep plugging away on the car. I got Mrs. Turner's Hometown Cafe, Olympia Pizza House, Sound Stump Removal, Monroe Hotel, Clearview Family Dentistry, and a bunch of other people. And I just want to thank all of you guys for coming out here to watch tonight.
So Eric, you had a great performance out there. A couple of close calls, but able to make it cleanly through that intersection tonight, even with some of those cars you had to avoid pretty well there.
Yeah, the intersection wasn't that rough. It was in the corners, just a lot of bumping and people racing for spots. It was a lot of fun.
So you're able to hold it together even in those corners, come out with a nice podium finish tonight.
Yeah, just got to stay consistent. You got to try to beat guys like Steve Cox and Quentin Borison over there. That's a tough pill to take. So,
who do you need to thank out here tonight, Eric?
I got to thank my friend Cale Urbick for showing up, and Better Built Trailers, and Rosella Art Gallery, Rick Chevron and the Hubbard family for the tires, and yeah, that's it. I'm good.
All right, well, we're going to move back to the Interstate Battery Hornet A main event now. So we're going to go back to that road course. Enough with the figure eights. That was enough excitement, I think, for a while.
Well, there's no lack of excitement coming up here. 17 Hornets jumping onto the road course. It's going to be fun. They're going to be all over the place. It's a Hornet. What else can you expect?
Oh, yeah, that B main was a little too calm for our liking. So we'll see what these guys got. As on the front row, we got the 69 of Zach Meyer, sponsored by Edwards K&S, and is outside the 8 of Luke Heddle. Row number 2, 78 Michael Duncan, sponsored by GDX Garage Door Service, and is outside the 03 of Lucas Hassenfluck.
Bobby Fisher starts 5 in the 81 car. Starting 6 will be the 77 of Christian Miller. Starting inside row 443, Damon Claiborne, the Rairdens Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram Monroe entry, and next to him the 32 of Chase Gardner in the EXP Realty number 32 car.
Row 5, we got the 30 of Pat Folger, 15 of Matt Snyder, sponsored by Twin Peaks Pub. Next row, 2G of Brad Gruhl, the 16 Peyton Hop, sponsored by Papa's Tavern.
Row number 7, Zach Bristol in the 07Z, PMS Power Decals, the 00 Dan Miller in the Exterior Wall Systems Inc. 00, the 025 of Trent Gillespie in the Quality Roofing car, and the 64 of Deacon Postle in the Gearhead Garage car.
And rounding out the field, the 47 of Dylan Frazier, sponsored by Eric Gray and Fairway Mortgages. We got contact early in this one. The 77 Christian Miller going sideways. It is just carnage early here on this first lap.
Now, like we said, it's Hornet racing. Something's going to happen. They're 4 wide. They're 3 wide. They're making a Hornet sandwich to the center of the corner. They're doing some agricultural racing. It's a good time.
Yeah, someone needs to tell Damon Claiborne it's not rallycross, as we got Luke Heddle parking it in front of the field, as it is just carnage, cars everywhere, as the yellow flag is going to come out, so we can gather our thoughts here.
How did we not get a caution flag until then?
Seriously, I'm surprised they made it that far, as we're going to look at the speed shot camera coming right at you, just cars going every direction. Wow, that was quite the first lap. There's Damon Claiborne doing a little bit of off-roading rallycross.
Yeah, that got crazy. Quite the crazy.
Zach Bristol's just tooting through the infield, just taking the nice calm way through, as we're going to ride on board here at Peyton Hop. All
right, Peyton, what you see? Chaos? How do I get through? Hey, there's a nice clean run, almost all the way onto the 5/8 portion of the track at that point.
Yeah, just keep going outside the next car that's spinning out, and eventually you'll get through.
There'll be a clean lane.
As that was the 32 of Chase Gardner right in front. He was hanging away sideways, going right at that south pole for a second, but we're going to re-rack them, restack them. We got one lap in there. Somehow we completed one lap, but it's going to be Zach Meyer, Bobby Fisher still on your front row, Michael Duncan there in the 78. It looks like Christian Miller in the 77 there on the outside of row number 2, so that was quite the exciting start to the Hornet A main event.
I'm surprised it took till that long for something to actually spin out and cause a caution flag, as we'll go green off the turn. Let's go. 29 laps to go here.
Let's see if they can keep it a little bit more calm this time, going through almost the funnel is what we like to call it, going down there. Christian Miller's taking that really tight approach, just trying to squeeze Duncan all that he can, but hey, let's go 3 wide.
Why not? Hey, it'll fit eventually. Nice move by Bobby Fisher, working his way out to the early race lead. Fisher coming off the 4th corner.
As a lot of contact there back in the pack, as this segment is actually sponsored by Busch Beer. So Caleb, tell us a little more about them.
Let's do it. Busch Beer, the official beer of NASCAR and Evergreen Speedway. Busch Beer, the sound of refreshment, crisp and cold as a mountain stream. Keep your fridge happy by stocking it with Busch and Busch Light. Busch.
As we see Dan Miller in that 00 now, working to the inside of Trent Gillespie. A couple of our faster cars here as of recent, starting back in the pack, trying to work their way forward as they look to the inside of the 03 of, not quite sure we have a name on that 03.
Well, it'll be Mystery Driver X. That'll just have to do in that one. They are spread out, double file all the way through the field. You're looking at the 30 of Pat Folger in the white and orange car, kind of trying to hang it out the outside groove. He and Miller battling for position.
Gillespie going very sideways there in the middle of 3 and 4, making it work though. Yes, he likes to hang that car sideways as possible. It seems like Zach Bristol doing the same there in the 07 right there.
Look at him squealing the tires in and through. It's Bristol trying to work his way to the bottom. That's the car that's kind of got like the old school Havoline looking paint scheme to it.
I'm a fan. I like it.
I'm into it.
I think that'd be really cool if these Hornets had a throwback night and all of them had old NASCAR or even dirt side paint schemes that were all throwback and on these little beat and banging 4-cylinder cars. That would be a fun event for the night.
Yep, so that Bristol car that we're talking about, it's a 1990 Acura. We talked a lot about the Acuras a little bit earlier. 1990 Acura 1.8 liter is what he's running around. As there's a look at your leader, and he gone.
Yeah, Bobby Fischer has checked out. He took full advantage of the little bit of carnage, that 3 wide we saw for second early on. He took full advantage of all that and just, hey, I'm going to go out for a nice Saturday drive. You guys have fun back there.
Christian Miller second, trying to run him down, but that's a huge distance between them. Now, long race still to go, 24 laps, and anything can happen, especially with all of the natural built-in challenges of racing these cars. You know, you can't do a whole lot for the suspension. It's really driver-based and getting them around the track.
Yeah, and it's turning left, it's turning right, it's shifting up, shifting down. It's a lot harder than these drivers are making it look. We got to give them a lot of credit. As we see the 00 Dan Miller already up to 5th. That is the father of second place Christian Miller on this Father's Day weekend. So we'll see how easy they drive each other as that is a possible battle heating up over there.
Last time we saw Danny, had some engine trouble during the event and kind of hung out at the back. This time he is foot to the floor and coming forward as you see some liberal application of the front bumper.
Yeah, that is the 025 of Trent Gillespie. He is definitely not afraid to stick it in anywhere on this track. He will come flying into turn number 3 if he has a good run. He'll come flying in the intersection if he's able to make it stick, and he is definitely a driver of no fear in that 025.
Well, check out the corner speed that the 32 of Chase Gardner came into the turn with as he closed a huge gap on the car in front of him. 69 of Zach Meyer, not close enough to make a move yet, but just watch the entirety of the straightaway speed that he entered the turn with and all the ground he made up on. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Zach Meyer was our pole sitter to start the night, but now we see Trent Gillespie get to the inside of Gardner, trying to make a stick, going down on those rumble strips in the inside of 3 and 4, and you saw that that left front tire bouncing, but he's going to make the pass work and move himself into the 6th spot.
All right, nice move by Gillespie going forward, narrowly avoiding front bumpers coming back in return. Battle back there has been excellent, as now working up the back straightaway, just out of your screen at the moment.
Yeah, Zach Bristol there to the right of your screen, trying to hold off the 30 of Pat Folger just inside the top 10 here. It has been great battling all around. You're not missing anything up front. Bobby Fischer still completely checked out in that 81 from Christian Miller in second place, almost about a half straightaway still, but Christian Miller has Michael Duncan closing in, but this is the real battle, all moving through the pack right there.
There's the Christian Miller reference that we just spoke to. Miller and Duncan, 2 and 3, and that's how far gone your leader is. He is a long, long ways off.
Definitely checked out, but that 77 is looking pretty strong. But like I said, his dad in the 00 just came flying into frame in that white car as he is looking to make some noise. I don't think he's content sitting outside the podium right now.
No, Dan Miller wants to get up onto this podium and get some more TV time for the 00, as now you're seeing 2nd, 3rd, and 4th all in frame, and soon to be a nice battle for position there as Duncan rolling in through the intersection.
Yeah, Duncan carried a ton of speed off the 3/8 turn number 4 and a ton of momentum into the infield, but just lost it right there coming back up on that tricky transition. Christian Miller making good work of it as he took all of the momentum into the 3/8 mile. Here comes Dan Miller sticking his nose in for 3rd.
Daddy Dearest wants 3rd position as he looks at the bottom of the turn. Can't quite make it stick, at least for right now. He'll have another opportunity coming up as they make their way through the right turn and now the very tricky left. Christian Miller handles it well. A little better corner that time for Duncan.
Yeah, and don't look now, but he made an appearance on the bottom of your screen a second ago. The 025 of Trent Gillespie now in 5th position, as you can see on the ticker on the top of your screen. He is coming fast, and that is one driver I would be afraid to see in my rearview mirror. Trent Gillespie is not afraid to stick it to you, and before you know it, he'll be in front of you, and you'll be chasing that car.
A little tire smoke for Duncan as he got the door closed on Miller, and Miller trying to make the move up into 3rd. Now Trent Gillespie, just like you predicted, coming in, and he's going to be a factor for that 3rd place spot.
Dan Miller still trying to make that inside work on Duncan. Duncan in the 78 just so strong through 3 and 4, trying to carry all that momentum. We saw him earlier, but Dan is finally able to cut him off. A lot of tire smoke as they hit bumpers going into that tricky little right to left-hand action. Now that's going to open the door for Trent Gillespie. Just a ton of speed off the corner right there.
Yeah, bad timing for Duncan as he got ate up by the monster that is Trent Gillespie, who is just coming through, and I wouldn't be surprised. We're only just beyond halfway if Gillespie doesn't have some more moves left in him.
Yeah, like we said before, Bobby Fischer just absolutely checked out from this second to fifth place battle. You saw him flash by the top of your screen for a moment there. Very impressive run for Bobby Fischer. Last thing he really wants to see is a caution, which is very hard to avoid with these Hornets.
Yeah, he is checked out. He is all by himself like the chess club president on prom night. Been trying to work in a chess club reference to Bobby Fischer for that long, and it just worked out perfect.
That 81 is gone. There you see Dylan Frazier a lap down. He was one of our B-main transfer cars, but the 81, Bobby Fischer, he is gone.
Yeah, you look at it all the way into the corner on the 3/8, and it's, count in your head from the time he hits that line. About 5 seconds or so, maybe even more. It's not insurmountable at this point in time because anything can happen. One caution bunches them back up, but the sheer track speed that you'd have to work this in green flag conditions is astronomical.
Yeah, we saw the 8 car of Luke Heddle. He pulled off onto the 5/8 mile, so he is done for the night. We saw him involved in that lap 1 caution, so maybe cut a tire, maybe just some mechanical issues from that wreck, but it is all the 81 Bobby Fischer up front, but he's going to gain on that big pack of cars in front of him that's right here in turn number 3 and 4 now as they beat and bang. That is Zach Meyer, your pole sitter, and Gardner in the 32 as they continue to beat and bang. They haven't been able to get away from each other all race.
They haven't. They're racing for somethingth place at this point in time, but they want it. They want to beat the guy in front of them. As Gardner finally got a look to the inside on Meyer. Can he get up to him and make the move? Doesn't look like it yet.
This is about 8th through 13th place with Damon Claiborne just going to enter your screen briefly in the 43. We have not seen him firing on all cylinders. It seems like he was so dominant early on in the year, but has recently lost the points lead as it is just not Damon Claiborne's time of year, I guess, as the track is so hot. Doesn't agree with his car quite yet, but we got a great battle up front. Now for third place, Trent Gillespie getting into the 00 Dan Miller.
Oh, it's a family affair. Christian and Dan second, third, and Gillespie trying to get his nose in there in fourth. Dan's got to look to the bottom of the kid, and Gillespie letting Miller know that he is right there and wanting to move forward and interrupt this family reunion up in the podium.
Yeah, great run from Dan. He seems to carry a ton of speed into that turn number 3, but always gets pinched off and isn't quite able to carry as much momentum as he wants to through 3 and 4. But great battle right here. We got a couple cars off. It is Meyer and Gardner. They could not get away from each other all night, and they just so happened to wreck each other at one point.
Yeah, both of them decided that the grass is lovely off turn 3 at this time of the year. They go take a check out there. Now they'll go to the back of the field if the cars are okay.
Yep, the grass is always greener as they're going to be coming right into your living room right here. Don't go away. We got more racing here on CW11 Home Track Heroes.